So welcome back to DC Silver Age Storytime, and it's back to the Golden Age with the Specter. More Fun Comics number 62, published in December 1940, and this one has been called The Mad Creation of Professor Fenton. I like this cover. I have a soft spot for any ones where the Specter is gigantic. So we open to, Jim Corrigan seeing one car sideswipe another. He transforms into the Specter and uses his giant elongated arm to save her life. Says, "Are you hurt, miss?" "No, I." And she faints. Women in the 1940s and 50s were extremely delicate and prone to fainting, apparently, if the movies and comics are to be believed. So he takes her back to his house, takes her back to her house, actually her father's house, and introduces him to Professor Fenton, who apparently is famous. Another thing back in the 1940s is scientists were household names. Probably not true. So the professor leaves. No, I guess the professor's still there. Jim Corrigan goes to get her some water, but goes in is going to go into a room, and the professor just loses it. "I see it all now. Your rescue of Nancy was just a faked trick. You only wanted a way in which to get into the house. Well, it won't work. You won't learn what's in that laboratory. Now get out, get out." So the Jim is evicted from the house, and the scientist professor goes into his lab to take a look at his ultra brain. Miraculously, as though in answer to the professor's words, the brain starts to grow, grow, grow. It's working, it's working. So we step back in time, and they want to create the brain supreme, and he's going to use his assistant to extract his brain, or his pupil. But nothing seems to happen. It fails to respond. Something must have gone wrong. Can it be possible that after all, I am a madman, a common murderer? Probably. No, I guess not. Careful, Professor. Sometimes the reward... Oh, I'm not sure who's talking there. Sometimes the reward of those who tamper with life is death. Maybe that's the narrator. I thought it was the brain speaking. So we have a series of crimes going on, and Jim Corrigan is tasked with investigating it. Something must be done. Cliffland is becoming noted as the foremost crime center in the country. Death, robbery, violence. What is the matter with our police force? So Cliffland, I guess, is the city that he lives in. I've never heard of Cliffland. I've heard of Central City and Metropolis and Gotham City. I've never heard of Cliffland. Sometimes they live in actual cities, but usually it's kind of made-up cities. We've got to crush the crime lord. So he goes to investigate and follows these criminals back to, let's see, looking at the ground. The powers enable him to realize that one of the thugs has recently entered. I'll change into Jim Corrigan. So he goes, I guess they've gone to Nancy Felton's house. So, "Miss Felton ain't home. You better beat it. I'm waiting right here." So he just walks in and discovers the brain, a giant brain, an intruder. "Nancy and Professor Fenton, you've killed them." I don't know how he did that. In fact, it doesn't really explain how the brain did any of this stuff, how he created a gang and any of it. So, "Seize the impudent fool. What'll I do with him? Throw him in the solvent vat." So they go to throw him in, and he says, "No, yeah." "Is he disposed of?" "He, definitely, he." So there's the Spectre, and he explains that his plan is to capture the President of the United States. That's just as the President of this country. "With him as captive, I shall be able to take over the rule of this nation." So it seems like it would be quite a hard task, even in 1940, to get the President of the United States. But apparently it's not that hard. They capture him. They've got him in a car and spot the Spectre. "Quick, kill the President." But as the thug fires, the face of the Spectre appears between the chief executive and the bullet. The man of darkness opens his mouth and swallows the bullet. So he goes back to the brain, and apparently Professor Felton wasn't killed, but he's now going to be killed. I no longer need the professor. Into the vat with him, and then his daughter. No, I'm not going yet. So he smashes the brain's glass tube. Foolish human. Before you gave me the nation, now you give me the world, the universe. Remember, this is his pupil, so I don't know if he's gone crazy or what, but he does say he's raving mad. So now he begins to grow. Okay, so we have kind of a combination here of kind of a H.P. Lovecraft type story and The Blob. An alarm is broadcast as the brain increases in height and the house flies to fragments. So I don't know. If a sentient brain was loose, I feel like this isn't what it would do. Just start absorbing things. But it says, so powerful is the monster's intellect that the Spectre finds himself helpless to resist. He is swallowed into the quivering mass. So the brain is getting dangerous. Even the Spectre is unable to stop this growing brain. So maybe that's what happens when you remove a person's brain and put it in a jar and then release it. Swooping low, the Spectre catches the car before it can strike. So he's trying to kill Fenton and the daughter still. I don't know why he's still obsessed with them. Join forces with me and we shall rule the universe together. I want no part of you. So the brain says, then perish. My soul, it's disintegrating. So he's stronger than the Spectre, but the Spectre has his Deus Ex Machina in his ring, the ring of life, and rebounds whatever the effect was back onto the brain. No, I don't want to die. I thought you were yellow. This proves it. As the brain lashes toward the Fentons, in one last effort, the professor shields his daughter. Look out, Nancy. Yeah, Father, no. Shortly after the Spectre departs, Jim approaches. The brain, back to normal size. I'm sorry about your father's death. He shouldn't have tampered with nature. What a crazy experiment. But when he saved my life, he redeemed himself. So that was quite a challenge for the Spectre, but now that he has the Ring of Life, there really is no challenge for him anymore. So that is More Fun Comics number 62.